Starting September 2026, Android users in Singapore will face a major shift in how they download apps, and it's sparking both relief and controversy. Imagine being locked out of your favorite third-party apps because Google decides they're not verified. That's the reality coming soon, as Google tightens its grip on app installations to combat the skyrocketing threat of malware and scams. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this a necessary safety measure or an overreach that stifles user freedom? Let's dive in. In a recent announcement on the Android developers blog, Google revealed that all app developers must undergo verification for their apps to be installed on certified Android devices. This isn't entirely new. Since 2024, developers on the Google Play Store have had to meet this requirement. However, the latest move extends this rule to third-party developers, effectively forcing them to register with Google. The tech giant claims this is to shield users from repeat offenders spreading malicious software and fraudulent apps. But is this enough to justify limiting access to apps outside the Play Store? Google's blog post highlights the alarming scale of the problem. Their analysis found over 50 times more malware from side-loaded sources compared to apps on Google Play. To address this, the new requirement will first roll out in Singapore, Brazil, Indonesia, and Thailand, with a global expansion planned from 2027 onward. The goal? To hold developers accountable and make it harder for bad actors to distribute harmful apps after their initial ones are taken down. Google uses an airport analogy to explain. Think of it like an ID check at the airport. We're confirming who the developer is, not reviewing the app's content or origin. But this explanation doesn't fully address the concerns of users who rely on sideloading for legitimate reasons, such as accessing discontinued apps or open-source software. And this is the part most people miss. While Google frames this as a safety measure, it also consolidates their control over the Android ecosystem. Singapore isn't new to this crackdown. In February 2024, it became the first country to trial Google's enhanced Play Protect feature, which blocks Android users from installing apps from unverified sources. Despite this, users in Singapore still attempted to install over 900,000 high-risk apps between February and August 2024, all of which were blocked. This raises a critical question. If users are still trying to sideload risky apps, is Google's approach truly solving the problem or just shifting it? Currently, Android users can sideload apps from the internet or third-party stores like F-Droid, though it requires tweaking phone settings. Popular sideloaded apps include modified versions of platforms like YouTube, offering ad-free or premium content. Discontinued apps and open-source software are also commonly available via sideloading. For many, this freedom is a key advantage of Android over iOS. But with Google's new rules, that freedom is under threat. Alexander Ivanyuk, senior director at Acronis's Threat Research Unit, describes the move as an effective safety rail that prevents accidental malware installations. He notes that Android and iOS are converging in their security approaches, with both platforms increasingly restricting sideloading. The ability to sideload will remain, but the path will be fraught with warnings and roadblocks, he says. This strikes the right balance from a risk management perspective. But is it the right balance for users? As Google tightens its grip, the debate intensifies. Is this a necessary step to protect users, or a power play that limits choice? We want to hear from you. Do you support Google's move, or do you see it as an overreach? Let us know in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going.